Hello explorers and welcome to another video. Today I'm gonna do a ball drop for New Year's. So I will create something in HTML, JavaScript and CSS where I have balls that drop. And this was a stream that I recorded and I had a few viewers, and thank you to those viewers that were there. And the problem here is that the first part was without sound, but the good thing is that some of the nice viewers that showed up told me that the sound was off, and of course it was up to this a little installation problem that I had earlier. I had to pull all the cables out and put them back into the computer, and for some reason some of the things didn't work. And first off, it wasn't the sound that didn't work, and in this video we had the problem with the microphone. So the microphone didn't work, so I just switched up which USB I used, and then I had sound again. But that was a bit annoying, so the first part of this video was without sound. If there is anything that I need to salvage, I will put that in. Otherwise, I will just cut to when the sound actually enters the picture, because a video without sound is not that enjoyable to watch. But I didn't do that much setup before I actually came into working with the CSS and HTML, and that was with sound. So what I was talking about is that we have this element here where we will show the time. I have figured out how to get the current time in milliseconds. And then we have the time of the New Year's in milliseconds as well. And I think we could take the New Year's time and just remove the current time from that, and we will actually have the number of milliseconds left to New Year. And we also want some countdown in seconds, how long it should be left. And this ball drop should be in the kind of measure of how much time is left. So let's see here. If we put... how do we do this the best way? Let's put some styling up here, and we can have a div, and we call that, I don't know if we need an unbreakable space in that div. We can call that start line, then we can have the end line. Start line should be so let's see here. We put this display, and we can say we want to display this. We want it positioned, actually. Positioned and absolute, I believe. And we want the same down here, position absolute. And as we have this at 200, the ball is 200 wide, it's probably 200 high. This should be at top 100 pixels, and we can have left 0. And we can have border, color. No. Just do a border, 1 pixel, 2 pixels, solid, red. There we go, and we have a width of 100 view width, so we'll have the full width like that. And I don't think we need these non-breakable space, because that will actually give it a height. And I don't believe we need actually to have 2 pixels. Yeah. So that's the starting line. And then we do the same for the end line, but we put it at the bottom 100 pixels. So like that. Let's not have 100, let's have 95, just so we don't go outside of the page and create a scroll bar. Let's see here, here 95. Now we just have a scroll bar in the opposite direction. Now that's interesting. Of course. Not put that at 1000 pixels. Yeah, so that's the placement. And then we want this ball to have an ID as well. And the ball can be the same here. We can also absolute position it. And like that. And we have it at the top. 0. Ooh. Remove that width. Like that. And then we give it, we remove the border, and we put the width up here. And pixels. We can also have the height. So we control those. Like that, and background transparent. Not sure if that did it. Let's put it at 100 pixels. Yeah, it's pretty much transparent. Was not easy to see over there. So let's say that we want this function down here. So we have calculated some stuff, and then we want something to happen periodically. We don't want it to happen every second or something like that. We want it to happen a little bit less timely. So set interval, I believe, is a good one for this. So we have a function, and we do it every 100 milliseconds or something. So like that, that would give us a new count every 100 milliseconds. No. Call him Mr. Stupid, right? Let's update the current time inside of there here as well. So now we have some down counter here, so it will move towards our goal. And then we have this ball drop that wants to drop from, let's say, there to 600 pixels. Where does it end up? There. 700 pixels. 750. But we can also do bottom and say that it should be at the bottom. So that's when it actually has dropped. So then we will start at 750 pixels, and that will be just going down then. We're going to say 700 pixels as well. And we will remove this start line because that is not important for this. And if we start at 700 pixels, then we want it to go down. And maybe we don't actually need the end line either. We can just drop it. So let's get a new element here. And we call that the ball element. Like that. Ball. Now we have the ball element. And we do style. Bottom 50. pixels, like that. That dropped the ball, right. So then we want a variable here that starts at 700. So pixels dropped 700. No, we don't actually want that. We want a start time. So let's see here. We have the start time up here, and then we have time until drop, perhaps. Then we do New Year's time minus start time. Could that be something? Then we will know how long it needs to drop, and then we know const time left. That's how much time left we have. Time until drop divided by time left. What does that give us? Okay, so that's the opposite what I wanted, I believe. So that counts down how much in percentage wise we have left. So then we need this to have another const, and we can use const here because they will be set every time this function updates. So percentage until dropped. So this is the percentage of time until the ball has dropped. So that we can take and actually do like that. So then we know how many pixels left. So pixels left until dropped. That's how many pixels we need to write before the ball has actually dropped. So now the ball hopefully will move, but because this will be slow as molasses or some kind of glacier, I believe we will have to update this to some more reasonable time. So let's say 26, it's now 21:41, so let's say 43. No, not 53, 43. Then we might see this ball actually drop. Yay! So if we start this very close to New Year's, then we will see the ball drop quite fast at the end. Or you can start here very early and see the ball drop very slowly. So if we started today, it will be a very slow progression. You could also have multiple balls drop if you like, so have one ball drop for every hour left or so on. So you have different speeds. So I believe when it has reached the end here, it will just continue off screen, because then we will be over the time. Yep. Bye bye. And that's not what we want. We want to actually stop at 0. So this will be a var, and if pixels left until dropped is less or no, we can actually do like this. If it's larger than 0, then we do that. Yeah. No, we can't do that. So if it's less than 0, then we just put it at 0. Now that's interesting. Dum 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 dum. What the beep happened there? So if we do 5, yeah, then it's false again. That was it. Yeah, because we actually had a negative time until drop, and then it went up instead. Now that's interesting. So we need something for that as well. Time until dropped. So we will need to check if time until dropped is, or if that's below 0, then it will also be dropped. Or else we will have the effect where that you saw that we had a time until drop that was a minus time, and that made the ball go up instead. So that's interesting. Yeah, so now we can drop a ball at New Year's. It was easier than I thought, actually. I think we need to drop more balls, right? So let's do 3 balls. Let's do an hour ball. Now we can do a day ball. An hour ball. Minute ball. And a second ball. Could that be something? Yeah. So we need to copy these up here. So there we go. And then we need to actually have a few different settings for each of these. Let's give them a different position. So this left position, let's put this at 50, this at 300. Okay, maybe too much. 200? Can we actually put it there? No, 200. That would be inside of each other, so 240. Yeah. And then we do like yeah, we can do even closer, right? Yeah. And put this at 400. Yeah. And put the last one at let's put these balls a bit further up, like that. Put them at 800 to start with. This could be at 150. This could be at 30. This could be 270. That seems good. So there should be, yeah, that's just 10 less, right? To get them pretty even. So now we have 4 balls. Great balls of fire. Now we need to have some constants here. We need to have time, hours, days left. So that's the time left divided by 1,000 divided by 3,060, 3,600. Yeah, we should have divided by 24, right? And then we have hours left. It should be this. And then we have 2 more. We have minutes left. So that's just divided by 60. And then we have seconds left. And for each of these, we also need to have time left minus days left. So we need to remove the, oh yeah. Now we need these after there. Milli days. Days left. So this is the milliseconds are left in days. So we just do the opposite calculation to get the exact milliseconds that the days actually count as. So if you have the milli hours, it's the same days left and that. And then we need to do the same with these here. So remove milliseconds from that and remove milli hours from that. And if we then change this up again to like that, we have a lot left there. And then we change this to days left, and then we have some divider. Oh, looky, that you can't read. Can we just do like this to get the int value? No, we can't. Parse int. Could that be a reasonable way to get just the integer? Yes, that's a way to do it. Do 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 do. Yeah. I guess we need to do like that. Yeah. 1 more minute, yeah. And then we need to do the same here. No, we can't add both millidays and millihours because millidays is a part of the other one. Yeah. So now we actually have a countdown timer for each ball. So we have the ball element. So this is not the ball element anymore. We have the day ball element. that. Need to have a few more of those. And we have the hour wall. We have the minutes. And then we need to have this percentage until drop. Yep, we need some functions. Function time hours until, or hours value. Then we can have this time left here like that. Or shall we have days value, perhaps, like that? Yeah, we do it like that, and then we do hours value, so that will have time left and days left, like that. So then we can do this. We have a return value here, and a return value there. And then we do another function where we have days left, minutes left. So there should be minutes value, and it should actually be hours left. Like that. Can return that value. We remove these because we don't need the names. And then we need the actual millidays and milli-hours. We return that, and then we do the last function, seconds left, so seconds value. Then we have time left, day left, hours left, and minutes left. So we do the same as these, days, hours, and then we have milliminutes, and then we have this seconds left. Turn that there. And then we need a function that is per function percentage until dropped function, perhaps. So it will just take some arbitrary value here and give us a percentage in pixels. Percentage pixels left till dropped, like that. So let's see here. In order to get this, we actually need to get days until drop here, days value, time until drop, and then we need minutes. Hours first, and then minutes till drop, and seconds till drop. This is a lot of work. A lot of different small steps here just to get each of the values, right? So we need to figure out how much time will be spent in each case. And that means that every part of the way needs actually to know about every previous part. So we will have the same setup here with time left instead, and then we will have left, just like that, days left, hours left, minutes left, seconds left. So we will update all the days here, we will update all the hours, and then update the minutes. So now we have each part of the update. Let's see here. We should actually have the same setup here as we had before. We just changed out the functions. Yeah, we didn't use different functions here. That's a good catch. Could have been really mischievous. Do we get an error? Let's see here. And do we have a console error? Days left is not defined. Days. Days. Well, that's a good catch as well. Yeah, ball element is not defined. Yeah, that's true. Day ball element, like that. And then we had hour ball, minute ball, and second ball. Can that be right? Pixels until dropped is not. Yeah, so now we need pixels. Pixels left hours. So time left, time until dropped. So here we need days left, and then days until dropped, right? Pixels left, days. And then we have pixels left, hours. Gotta check this out. I believe that oh, that's funny. That's really funny, actually. I believe that up here, if hours, or let's say days until drop is larger than 0, then hours until drop is equal to 24. And we can do that for the other ones as well. So what we want here is to actually check if we have a lot more than than the time allotted to us, because then we want the balls to start at some way down from the top. So that's why I'm doing this. So we'll put these at 60. And that, I believe, should make the balls start up there. So we have some error, I believe. Yeah. That's not allowed. Yeah. So as you see here, we have created some interesting little clock puzzle that counts down to New Year's. So this ball over here is the number of days left, and then we have the number of hours left and the number of minutes and seconds. I wonder if we can do this a little bit flashy. So I wonder if we should just skip all of this code here, because I believe it should be nice to have the balls actually having a very set position. Maybe we can just do like this and then give them actual values for the maximum, that is just the values for each counter. That could be nice as well. I wonder if we should have absolute positioned element on top of this image. So let's take a div element and put the image inside of the div element, and then change the ID of the different balls up. This is the part I don't really love about editors, when they are trying to be too smart about things and not smart enough about how things should be structured. That. And then we just do like this. These should be absolutes, like that. And these should be position relative, right? And then I want to put a spawn in here. Call that day label, perhaps. And let's put 5 in there. No, I want to have a class label here. Let's do a spawn just like that. We will have just one label, one spawn. So let's not make it too convoluted. Like that, and then we can have font size 20 points, text color, let's do purple, 27. There we go. Exactly how I want it. Let's see, we have this positioned relative, and then we say, let's see where it ends up. Let's put it before the image, and if it's positioned relative, it will end up there. And then we do top minus 20 pixels, left 20 pixels. Where do we end up then? Oh, that's not where we want it. We actually need to give these a Z index of 10 and this a Z index of 20. Yes. You think purple is a good color? Should I maybe have another color? Let's see, 60. So this will be 2 numbers, right? So we should give a little bit of a space, so it could be 2 numbers. Why did the ball move? So if we put it after and then give it minus 30 perhaps, minus 80. 70. That puts it in the middle. So let's put a value on each of these. Hey. Now let's update that value. Let's call this a day label element. This should be query selector, and it should be label span. Why do I have one that is uppercase? That's a bit weird, right? Let's not do that. So now we have the labels, I believe, and inner HTML days left. Hours, minutes, and second. Then we have hours left, minutes left, and seconds left. Okay. Why didn't we get the element here? So let's do a little bit of debugging. Console log. See what we get here. We get null. Oh, that's no good. Table. Yeah, because we have the uppercase again. we get span 5, right? Get null there again. Why? Our ball. Oh, we didn't change the query selectors here, of course. So now we get the span corrected. Our label, minute label. So that's also a span, and then we have second label element. That's also a span, okay. Seconds label. So the first ball is actually working. Okay. That's why, because we had one typed wrong. Yeah. So now we actually have the labels. So maybe we should put just a little bit more information here. Let's do text align center. Maybe that could help. And then do the spawn with 100 pixels. Mm, 200 pixels. Display block. Yeah, that was what I thought. With 100 pixels. Why did that work? Okay. So then we do top 140 pixels perhaps. Nope. 100. Let's do 80 pixels up. 70. Yeah, so now we are in the middle, and then we go to 50 left. So now they should be centered as well. I didn't have any interest in coding before watching your videos. Keep up the great work. Oh, thank you, Uka. It's really nice to hear. Well, I actually do these videos just to entertain, of course. I've tried to do that. I'm not an entertainer, I'm a developer, a coder. I want people that either are good at programming and just want to watch something else, they can watch my videos, and then I want people that are struggling with something to watch my videos just to figure out a solution to perhaps their problem. So if I find something that I think that I have a pretty nice solution to, I really want to have bring that solution to everyone. And the last part is actually that people that do not code and want to try it out should be engaged and see that the actual coding part is not that hard, and maybe they can find some interest and maybe they can do some coding on their spare time just as a hobby. And I have actually had people talking to and sending me comments that they had tried coding and they had ran into a wall and they had a problem that they couldn't solve. They were junior developers, were their description. And that's something that I really take to heart. I really like when someone either have a course at the university and watch my videos and get a solution to a problem that they might have struggled with for a while. Because then I feel that I do a difference. And I really want to help people. And programming and development shouldn't be hard. It should be a joy. But of course, I also struggle with things, and some things does not come easy. You really have to work with it to actually make progress. In those cases, you just have to bang your head against the wall for a while before you actually find the correct solution to that problem. And there's pretty much no substitution for that. So now, when we have the labels, I don't believe we need these extra outputs up there. I think that is redundant. So let's just remove that element and hope that we don't break too much in the process. So now we have a multiple drop of balls. So now we have some kind of a clock that counts down to the New Year's Eve. And what I've worked with today, I've installed a very simple server that made this much easier. I tried with the Webpack dev server and I ran into a lot of problems getting that up and running. It wanted to compile my code, and that's not what I wanted to do. I just wanted something that could restart the server very fastly. So I ended up using this live server, and that's just something you script up in Node, and you have this little Node.js server that runs your program. So it's very simple, and I really like how it's set up. If we look into the server here, for this kind of example, you just import or require the live server. You set up some params. In this case, I have a specific port and host, a root directory where all my code will be put, and open. If it should load the browser, that's not important to me. Which files it should be open on screen, and in this case I wanted to just use index.html, and how long it should wait before it reloads with the new changes, some mount points if you want to add extra components and other things that you use, and the log level, so how much it should actually type out, and then you have some middleware part here where you can hook in more stuff, and then you just start the live server, and then you get this hot reloading, so I can actually just start up having this index.html, put some code in here. So for instance, I can just set an h1 up here. Hello explorers, explorers can type, and then it will just pop up in the in my window over there. So that's really nice that you can just make it work like that. One thing more I think we need to do is actually do some cleanup of the actual window. So HTML and body in every browser for some reason has margins and paddings, and when you are adding your own styling, you don't want these margins or paddings. And the body has the height of the just have the height of the actual window or the actual components that you show. It has full width if you want that, but it doesn't have a set height. So here I want to have the width, and this should be 100 view width. So it should be full width. And then I want the height to also be 100 view height. And this is important to get the balls positioned correctly, I believe, because those are positioned dependent on the viewport. Maybe they shouldn't start at 800 pixels. Let's see here. If we remove bottom 800 pixels here, they should end up at the same position because they are positioned by the code down there. And then I think I need to window height JavaScript, inner width, inner height property should be what we are looking for. Window inner height, viewport height, yeah. So that's something that I need to fetch as well, because I want to use this value down there when I actually count how far up they should go, instead of using a set value. So let's see here, it should be further down. We can close that. I believe it's in pixels percentage dropped, so we can use that in there. That didn't change anything, right? Right, that didn't change anything, right? And this ball, let's put that 50. No? Yeah, now I know. We have this problem again, yeah. So now it should move, yeah. So that's why it didn't actually move to the correct position. Again, changing names or inner height. So log that. Inner viewport height. Is that a reasonable height? 903 pixels. Seems a bit much, right? So the ball is 100. Maybe we can remove a little bit less. Maybe we can say that we just remove the height of the balls, because that's a reasonable ball height, 100. So that seems like a reasonable value to remove from the calculation. If we put it from the bottom up, a value that is the full height minus the ball height, then it might be at the top. Yeah. It's not really at the top, it's a little bit above, but that's okay, I believe. But that seems like more a reasonable math for this calculation. Yes. Now I think we have done some kind of a ball drop clock for the New Year's, and this was what I wanted to do today. I wanted to do some fun little coding example, just playing around, talking with you, and just code some. And if you like when I do these small coding sessions where I just play around with the editor and do stuff, then please give this video a like, share it with your friends and colleagues. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section down below. I answer all comments as soon as I can. I really hope that you will get a good end of this year and a really good next year. I have a lot of things planned that I want to do next year. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. And I really hope to see you in the next video.